Brandino Wolfensteino. It's here. It's here, everybody. It's here. It's here. We're talking about the manga, the legend, Boku no Hero Academia. I've been waiting months to get back onto this bad boy. And if my mic sounds kind of weird, it's because I'm holding it like a glass of wine right now, because I don't have a stand for it. Well, I have a stand, but I just don't feel like putting it on the stand. But Boku no Hero. So this week in Boku no Hero, let me get nice and close. This week in Boku no Hero, my man Midoriya is damaged beyond repair. If you've seen from the chapter, his hand is really busted up, because every time he uses the All Might, All for One power, his body can't withstand the shockwave, so his body gets damaged. And if he would have, did his All Might power on just one finger at a time and just let it all break and then do the arm or whatever, like one thing at a time, but he doubled down on one of his arms and did way more irreparable damage. So now his hand is like swollen and decrepit. It doesn't look as bad in the manga, but I would guess like his hands were a little bit better than that, and they kind of look all crooked, like my crooked pinky here. But that's just how my finger is, which I found out that my nephew has crooked pinkies in the family. Anyway, so Deku's kind of beat up. He lost his match. Toneru, no, that's from the other thing. Now I gotta open the manga. Fire and Ice is back up. And oh my man, I gotta talk about Iida. Now out of all of it. Sorry, I'm just looking it up right now, just so I can get the names right. Excuse me. I know, super unprofessional, but this is the life we live when stuff breaks. In the meantime, I'll give you some waiting music. Boom boom ba doo, Boku no, boo doo ba doo boo, hero, boo doo ba doo, Boku no, boo doo ba doo, hero, Boku no Hero. All right, I got it back. So now Iida is going up against Mr. Fire and Ice. Damn it, why haven't I found it in the chapter yet? You know who I'm talking about. Half and half, ups and downs, emo and goth kid, spick and span. And Iida has read up, did his research, because he's not trying to fall behind Midoriya and everything. So he's did his research on this match, and he's trying to make sure that he keeps his distance from Fire and Ice until he gets, because I think his name's Toneru or Toshida. He keeps his distance away from him because he shoots the ice and everything and blah blah blah. And Iida goes in for the kill, like he's ready. And he called his brother beforehand and was like, hey, thanks. I'm about to go into my match. And the brother's like, all right, do a good job, bro. And he's like, oh, finally get some recognition from my bros. And, all of his family are all of these, like, Rev Calf family with their police officer running to the crime with, like, motorcycle air pipes coming out of their calves and everything. But yeah, he's using his engine distributor and flying up and doing all these other moves and everything. And at the last second, he's going in. And he's like, all right, if I can land this, I can get him to deflect me in a different direction, and then I can use my momentum to flip him and throw him out, because I only got a specific amount of time before my engines overheat. He goes in, flying in with the full effect of those engine calf. I don't know what he calls them, because I'm sorry. I'm just failing at life, and stuff sucks. Anyway, so he goes in, he grabs him up, and he's about to do the quick throw as he's like speeding towards the edge, but then he noticed his engine stall. So he's like, "What? Why am I moving?" And then he looks down and he sees that I'm just gonna call him Toshida because I can't remember his name, but Toshida puts the ice on his calves and ices the engine. So now he's like stalling now, and Toshida comes in with the full blast and blows him out. And then I'm thinking, like, man, how come all of the characters that you wanted to win, which it's a good thing that they're not doing the same tropes that most anime does, where the character that you really want to see win, they get roughed up, but they win. They get beat up, but they still win. But in this one, all of the characters that you would like to see win, they get roughed up and then they actually lose, and then it puts them down, and they're like, oh man, I gotta try harder. And then characters that you probably wouldn't expect to win are characters that you think like, if they won, I wouldn't, I'd be alright. Or if you were rooting for those anyway, then those characters win too. So it's like, okay, it's a different spin on it. Just like in the Bokuga fight, when he was using his explosions to try to keep the guy at bay, and then he made that little plan of like, if I do a whole bunch of mini explosions in one spot, your metal's gonna crack. So I shouldn't have to put so much power into it, and then when I finally see the crack, I'll destroy it from there and take you out. But the whole match goes down, and Iida loses. And like he's so distraught because he's like, oh, I was finally gonna do good and show off for my brother, and I wish he was here to see it. And then it cuts away, and oh man, Iida has his brother messed up. It's either his brother or one of his other family members, but messed up in the street. And the dude that comes up is just like, oh, they call these guys heroes nowadays. Wimps. These people are pathetic. And he's like destroying them. And I was like, okay, the academy already took a hit before this whole tournament started. They already seen what the villains are kind of capable of, especially when All Might is not even at 100%. All Might is dwindling. And Meteora, he's gaining the one-for-all power, but, he's not up to snuff yet. So the fact that All Might, the shining star, is getting lesser and less, and the other heroes are strong, not to put them down, but All Might was number one. And when number one falls, sure, other people can move up, but you got to remember, for somebody to keep number one spot, they have to be putting in work. And when you're below number one, you're always trying to get up there, but when it's time to be number one, you might not be ready for the challenge. So a lot of the heroes, which of course Toshida's dad, the flaming douchebag, he's sitting up there like wondering like what's going on with this and blah blah blah. Well, not the people dying in the street, but just the match in general, and how Toshida's going back to just using his ice again instead of trying to use both sides, which you saw in the last episode when he was fighting Meteora, that if he uses both of his sides, especially if he does the pure ice and then fire amplified to create that explosion combo, if he does that on a norm, that could be his own specific power, combustion, or just superheating, super cooling, just something like that gives him his own set of powers, instead of him thinking, oh, I don't want to use the flame side because that's my stupid retarded dad's side, and I only want to use the ice side because my mom didn't love me but I loved her, kind of thing. He's trying his best, but he's got to use his full power. Even though he took out Iida with just one side, but Meteora took that out of him, was like, yo, use your power. Stop holding back, because that's going to kill you on the battlefield. And with this new threat coming, you definitely need to be at full cylinders if you think you're going to, you know, succeed. So that's my Boku No Hero review. I hope you liked it. Comment and subscribe. More videos are coming soon. Since I got this computer up and running, I'm going to take some videos off of my phone and do a couple of things here and start posting some stuff. Today is just video day. You know, since it's a little simpler for me to put the videos up on this, and I won't be doing too many effects. But, you know, c'est la vie. So, I hope you liked the video. I hope it was entertaining. I hope it was informative. I actually got to get more of my informational sites up when I start doing my reviews. And I'll catch you next time. Because the sun always rises in a new dawn. I don't know what I said in the last one. I'm trying to work out like a finishing quote. I'll get it. Anyway, Brandino, out.